I yield my
That's all
time.
you.
Man of the hour.
Hey,
How's it going?
All right.
Let's start. I guess the question on everybody's mind is obviously the tragedy in Oregon. 10 people dead, gunmen shot. This has become a way of life in America. A lot of people say that Congress has not yet acted. The president has been limited in what he's been able to do because of the result of Congress. What is your answer to this?
I don't know what Congress could do to deal with a tragedy like this. This is heartbreaking, and you got to be careful to pass laws that don't have the effect of solving the problem. And typically, these are best done at the state level, in my mind. We have a mental health challenge. Someone doesn't commit suicide after killing 10 people. Apparently, shooting people in the head if they're Christian and maiming them if they're not. I mean, no gun law necessarily is going to be able to deal with that. That is a sick person where there was no intervention in their lives to be able to get them on the right course. And
Should there be a tightening of access to weapons as to whether a person is mentally ill? Maybe
I think that's the proper place that states need to look at it. And I think some states have done a much better job of creating a database, so that you can identify people that have significant mental health challenges and they shouldn't have access to guns.
So why should we make this a national thing then? Should we?
I think my impulse, as I spoke for an hour and a half here, is to do this from the bottom up.
Governor
When
Bush,
you
another
were
issue
talking
in the
about
news.
the challenges as a governor, you said that sometimes stuff happens and that there's an impulse to do something that
Yeah,
maybe
not
doesn't
related to
always-
Oregon. Just
Right,
for
talking
just
about-
clarity here, let's make sure that we don't allow this to get out of control. There are all sorts of things that happen in life. Tragedies unfold almost. Look, I mean, you just read the papers and you see, a child dies in a pool, is drowned, and parents want to pass a law to do something, and you got to be careful that you want to solve the problem. If there's a problem, a defect in the law, fine. And we did that all the time. But sometimes you're imposing solutions to problems that doesn't fix the problem and takes away people's liberty and rights. And that's the point I was trying to make.
So if you were president, what would your impulse be? If you were president today?
My impulse would be that the presidency is also not just the prime minister, if you will. He's also a public leader, and I think he has to counsel the grieving. He or she has to lead by in a consoling, unifying kind of way when we have these tragedies unfold.
Governor, two questions. One, was stuff happens a mistake then? And then second
No,
question,
it wasn't a mistake. I said exactly what I said. Why would you explain to me what I said wrong?
when you said stuff happens.
Things happen all the time. Is that better?
What were you referring to?
Tragedies. A child that drowns in a pool, and the impulse is to pass a law that puts fencing around pools. Well, it may not change it. Or you have a car accident, and the impulse is to pass a law that deals with that unique event. And the cumulative effect of this is in some cases, you don't solve the problem by passing the law, and you're imposing on large numbers of people burdens that make it harder for our economy to grow, make it harder for people to protect liberty. And that is the whole conversation today was exactly about that. That as we shift power up to Washington, D.C., their solutions end up having effects that make it harder for people to live lives of purpose and meaning. There has to be some cautions giving that. There was no connection to the Oregon issue at all. If you go back and listen to it, I think you'll find that to be the case.